Futurez is a financial simulator that creates accurate projections of your future. It seamlessly handles interest, inflation, other calculations. In this video, we're going to run through all the basics, including asking AI for help and having it actually update our simulation for us. Let's say you're 30 years old and you work in technical support at a software company. You don't have much saved up right now, but you want to have an emergency fund as a fallback in case you lose your job. So we'll create a new simulation in Futurez and we'll call this Prep Emergency Fund. And we're going to go with a 5-year plan right now. Let's say we've got $1,000 in the bank and our interest rate is pretty low, it's 0.2%. We don't have any investments right now, we haven't had a chance to do that, so we're going to leave that off. Let's say we live in a city with a decent cost of living to cover housing and a modest car payment and other basics. Let's say it's $3,500 for us. And in our job, we make $65,000 a year, which after taxes is approximately $40 to $70 per month. I'm not really worried about retirement for this plan, so we're going to skip this and leave it off. Then we're going to see our scenario play out. So right now it's pretty basic. What we want to do now is simulate a job loss. So let's say we're going to create a new event and call this job loss. And let's say that we're going to have this happen in about 4 years. And what's going to happen is our income is going to drop to $0. So we're moving right along here and we start eating into our savings and then we run out of money. So what can we do about this? Let's create a new event where we move our money to a higher interest rate bank account. And we're going to do that next month. We're going to change our bank settings to a 4% interest rate. And right away, that looks like we get a little bit farther. Let's also start reducing our expenses. So instead of $3,500 a month, let's pull that back to $3,400 a month starting next month. All right, we made it a little bit farther. Now let's say that we were planning on buying a new car next year, but instead of that, we're going to keep the one we have because it's going to be paid off. And let's say that happens at the end of this year. We're going to drop our expenses even a little bit more to $2,900. There we go, we're much closer to our goal now. Looks like we just got to edge out a little bit more, so let's go back into reduce expenses and let's drop this a little bit more. And when we do that, let's also drop our car paid off a little bit more as well. And it looks like we're going to make it. Awesome. Okay, so that's one potential future that sits in front of us. But what we want to do is play with this and create another alternate future. So we're going to branch off of this feature and call this one side hustle, where we pick up some extra income on the side. This is going to copy all of the settings we've just done, but now we're going to kind of tweak and play with them. We're going to get rid of the reduction of expenses. We're going to take off the car being paid off. We're going to keep our original plan of buying a new car. We're going to pick up a side job as an Uber driver for the weekends. So let's create a new event. Let's call this Uber driver. And let's say in 2 months, we're going to pick up this side job. And we're going to say that we're going to do this for 3 years. And every single month, we're going to add $500 of additional income. All right, that's looking pretty good. And since we've got a little bit of extra money, we're going to invest some of that. So we're going to go over to our investments and hit edit here. Since we're making $500 more each month, we can afford to contribute maybe $300. So now as we go through, we not only have our bank account, but we also have investments that we can be watching. And as the money runs out, when we lose our job, we start eating into the bank account and then we switch over to our investments. And because we've invested those, it looks like we are just going to make it. So now we have two futures that we can flip between: our original and our side hustle. The flags here indicate which events are running at different times. As you saw here, it's really easy to turn these individual events and investment ideas on and off. When you're running a simulation, you might want to dig into exactly what's going on at any given point, and that's where the table view comes in. This shows you absolutely everything that happens each month, including the bank interest that you earn, the tax that you paid on that interest, any bank deposits, withdrawals, investments, anything you earn in your investments, and you can play this back alongside the simulation to watch these numbers in real time, or you can just move to exactly the month that you want to. Alongside everything in your simulation is a way to take notes. For instance, in the bank account, we can click on this note button down here and we can maybe describe something to ourselves. Things get really cool and interesting when you add AI into the mix. Click this button to open our AI Financial Advisor. It knows everything about your simulation, all the numbers that you've entered in here, so it can help answer questions and even offer one-click modifications. Let's say that when we lose our job, we'll be collecting unemployment for a little bit. The AI explains to me how unemployment benefits work, but I wanted to go one step further and actually modify my simulation based on that information. Okay, so AI says that we can expect about this much money for 6 months, and they've given us a one-click suggestion. So let's try it. And as you can see, look at that. So if we go in here, we see unemployment benefits has been added as an event, and it's helped us out. Our example features a one-person household. If you're with a partner, one thing that you might want to do is share your simulation with them. You can create a secret link for your simulation so that you can bring your partner on board. So if we publish this and we open it in a new window, this is what your partner is going to see. It's a read-only, play-only view of your futures. So they can flip between the futures just as you can. They don't have to worry about editing anything. They can just watch this play out. And if you'd like to give them some sort of context about this, you can include a welcome message. Hi, here is some information. And then that way, when they load your page, they'll get a little bit of context before diving straight in. So that's Futures in a nutshell. You can create as many simulations as you want. You can duplicate simulations. If you ever need help, come to the help menu here and contact our support or watch some of our videos. Thanks a lot and have a great day.